Hi there. Let's spend a few minutes taking a look at an overview of the strategic planning process in a business. How a business comes up with its strategy. Now, don't forget, as A-level business students, you just need to have an awareness of the main features and benefits of strategic planning. There's a whole industry out there, a global industry of consultants and models and firms and people who help businesses do this. You just need to have an awareness. And the first part of that awareness is to understand that strategic planning is very long-term in nature, and it is focused on the business as a whole, the direction and the strategy of the whole business, not just business units or the different functional areas. This is the business as a whole. And it really aims to provide answers to questions around business strategy, which boiled down come to these. Where do we want to go to? Where does the business want to get to? How does it get there? And once that journey has begun, how is it doing? How is the business performing against its strategic objectives? The strategic planning process typically has a number of stages, and it starts with setting the corporate or business objectives. These are influenced by what the mission is, the purpose of the business. Having set the objectives, the targets, the strategic planning process then tries to work out how to achieve the objectives. What resources does it need? What's the timetable? That in turn leads to an action plan to help implement the plan, and off you go. And then a key part of the process is then to monitor performance against the plan, to evaluate the results, comparing actual results against the objectives, and to feed that back into the plan to see what changes are required. So see strategic planning as a process that the business goes through. Well, clearly, if done effectively, strategic planning provides some potential benefits to a business, and I've listed 4 of the main benefits of strategic planning on the slide there. You may want to pause the video and add those down to your notes. Really, strategic planning is all about giving us, the business, a sense of direction and a means by which it can achieve its objectives. So clearly, setting direction is going to be motivating for management as well as employees. Hopefully, if the plan is well thought through, it leads to an efficient selection of and use of the resources available to the business. And crucially, it gives a way not just of measuring progress, of course that's important, but also helping management make decisions, because decisions should be consistent with the objectives of the strategy. Before we finish, just a quick word on some of the potential models that can be used to help a business undertake strategic planning. You may be aware of some of these. I'll just list them on the screen here just to point them out. Some of them will be part of your specification. Strategic planning has a whole series of models and concepts that are used. The one on the left there, top left, SWOT analysis, a very important way of understanding the internal position of the business and also identifying the external opportunities and threats. Porter's 5 forces model, which is a useful model of understanding the nature of competition, which clearly is important context when you're putting a strategic plan together. The pestle model, which helps you identify the key environmental or external environmental factors influencing the business. Stakeholder mapping, a useful model for helping to identify who are the most important stakeholders when it comes to the strategic planning process. A key marketing strategy model, segmentation, targeting and positioning, which is a key part of helping to implement chosen business strategy. And lastly, market mapping, helping determine the strategic opportunities for business in terms of mapping against hopefully useful criteria where the competition are. So make sure that you're aware of those models. They're very relevant in terms of the strategic planning process. Hopefully that's been useful.